Hello everyone, I'm back with another project for our American Girl dolls, or dolls of 18 inches, 46 centimeters to 50 centimeters in height, and this is a real stunner. This is a safari jacket which has a load of stuff on there that you can learn so many things from. And from little fake pockets to proper pockets with a box pleat, and we're having a front pocket, a tunnel, a collar. It's really something that you could make for a girl and it wouldn't, you know, look out of place. It's really is absolutely fabulous, and I hope that this is not too scary for you because I think it's glorious. I've made this jacket also in sort of a salmony pink. And what can I say? This has to be my favorite. Now I'm pairing this up with the scarlet skirt. So if you want to start on all the doll stuff with Frocks and Frolics and you don't know where to start, then, well, get the scarlet skirt. It's free, and you can also get it free for your girl. Now I divide all these projects into two parts. This is the first part. Here we're looking at the pattern. We're looking how to print the pattern, what you need to watch out for, and then we look at each little pattern piece individually and also at the cut-out pattern pieces to see what we have to mark. We're looking at the instructions, and then you're good to go. So this one is a purely theoretical thing, if you will, and then in the second video we are just sewing it up. And if you want to pop over to the second video, you can find the link in the video description if you're watching on YouTube. If you're doing it on my website already, well, just swipe over and go to the next video on your little list. If you have never been to frocksandfrolics.com, I suggest you go on, you find the doll collection, and then you go to the safari jacket. And if you scroll down, you'll find a tab which has all the videos for this project on. You do not need to log in, you do not need to sign up. You can watch it all for free and then see if that's for you, because this is, I wouldn't say it's super easy, but if you want to learn how to make jackets and you're a bit frightened of doing it for a grown person, yourself or your daughter, then this is a really good start. You'll learn a lot, and maybe then you go, yeah, I can do this, I can make this. This is the sort of thing, it's not that hard. So now we're just going to carry on with all the main detail parts, and then I'll see you after. We're going to get started with the ebook and just give you a little run through here. You have the content first, so you can quickly find what you're looking for. The second page always includes links to sewing courses you might be interested in, such as putting in a sleeve or a zipper. Now we're looking at the actual link to the videos that you have for this. And then you've got some fabric recommendation, and in this case it is really linen or chino or even jeans. And then you've got the fabric requirements. Then you've got a page that tells you all about the pattern, how to print it out or adapt it for a different type of doll. And on this page we're looking at each pattern piece individually, and of course the seam allowance is 1 centimeter and already included in the pattern. Next we have the layout plan. We fold over the fabric to the point so that we get everything out which needs to be cut twice, and then we have got enough left here, the pieces that only have to be cut out once, and then we've also got a layout plan for the contrast fabric. Now let's just hop on to the end of the photo guide, because you know how that works. And now we have a page where I give you some links to other projects you might also like. And finally, we have the impressum where you get the links to my Amazon shop. Please use it if you need to buy something from Amazon, my Facebook group, Instagram, plus my email address. Now let's get cracking with the pattern. Please measure first. If the test square is 2.5 centimeters, that's 1 inch on all sides. Usually the pattern pieces do not fit on one of my pieces of paper, and therefore I have got little tabs so you can overlap the tab, and therefore it's easier to put together. and they're always in alphabetical order, and you only have that for the two pieces, which is the tie in this case and a tunnel. On the last page, I always show you exactly how things are put together. So you can see here that the tie is A, B, C, and D, and the tunnel is A and B. And here are a few tips for your printing out. You want to use Adobe Acrobat Reader DC. And when you print out, make absolutely sure that you print at actual size. And then you want the orientation put to auto. If you put it to portrait, it will actually slightly shrink the pattern, and then of course it's no good because it's going to be too small. And absolutely have that box fit unticked. You don't want that ticked. You don't want anything on the page fitted to the page, because again, that will shrink it. And if you're printing a lot of patterns and you're wondering, well, which printer should I use? I can recommend to you the Epson 3750. I have bought this printer, I don't know, 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, and this is not exaggerated. I am still using the same ink, and I print an awful lot of patterns, as you can imagine, and I print in full color. It's now getting low after 4 years. So whilst this Epson printer is more expensive to buy, I think it might be around $400 now, because the ink is so cheap, you can literally print, which I think is fantastic. If you want to purchase this printer, I've put it into my Amazon shop, and I'd really appreciate it if you use the link that I put in the description to make a purchase for this printer. And it's actually excellent. Like I said, 4 years and still printing on the same double packet of ink that came with that printer. Now we're going to do the pattern assembly. So I've got my tie here, and I sorted into the A, B, C, and D parts, and you also can see there are little diamonds there, and they need to line up. So if you line these up, everything is going to be hunky-dory, and you know that's the pieces that go together. If you ever work with my patterns and the little diamonds do not fit together, then these two pieces do not need to go together, right? So there's something wrong. There we go, and one last piece at the end, and then we just have to repeat the same process with the tunnel, and there we only have 2 pieces. A and B, match up your little diamond shape, and there you go. So let's have a look at all my pattern pieces in detail. And the front comes in 2 parts, the lower front and the yoke. And then we also have the placket, which goes on the front. And this is longer because we are also going to put the collar on. And you can see the collar here. So the collar goes on first, very important, and then the placket. Now the little flaps for the pockets here, this little one is going to be inserted into the seam. That makes it very easy, and you can make that in your chino or denim, or you could line it in a contrast fabric, which is what I have done for this pattern. Now the pocket with the box pleat, all we do is sew along that dotted line, and we create that pleat which sits to the outside. And then it is placed on the front, and to make sure we place it on the right way, we will remove the pocket part of the pattern, so we can literally put a dot into each corner, and then we know where our pocket has to go. It's something that I do all the time with all my patterns, because it makes it so much easier than having to measure from the side and make sure that the pocket is in the right place. And of course you do that as well, but if you have put the dots in the right place, what else can go wrong? Nothing really. Now the back also comes in 2 parts, and we've got the back jacket, And we've got the yoke again, the back yoke. And same thing applies. We have got markings for the center back, and that will just sit on here, be sewn together, right sides together, same thing. And you can also see the markings there for the tunnel. And like I said before, you only need to mark the lower edge really, so that you know where your tunnel has to go. Now for your sleeve, because the right and the left side of the sleeve are not the same, you need to make sure that you mark the front of the sleeve. And here we've got the tunnel, and the tunnel goes all the way around. So the best way to work this is to get the center back and the center of the tie, and then you line that up, and then you move towards the front, and wherever that stops, that is where your tunnel goes. And the tie is just inserted into this, which is beautiful. You can see it on the inside. It looks really stunning. For the collar, I've also used the contrast fabric. So if you're cutting this out like me, you would have one contrast collar and one upper material collar. And here I've used the same contrast on the pockets as well. The whole thing isn't lined, so it's really, really simple and easy to put together. We are now going on to cutting out the fabric. You can see that I folded over the fabric to the point that I could get all the pieces on that need to be cut twice. And that left me enough space for the back, for the tunnel, and for one of the collar pieces. Then we have the contrast as well, and there I cut the other collar piece and the flaps again for the pockets and the tie. And here we go, quick run through. For the tie, we cut that once in the contrast fabric. The tunnel is cut once in the shell fabric. So are the pockets twice, and the flaps are cut twice each in the contrast and the upper material. And then we have the back yoke. We cut that once. The collar, we cut once in contrast and once in upper material. The front we cut twice mirror image. Don't forget to cut out the pocket. The back is cut once in the upper material. The sleeves are cut twice in the upper material mirror image. The placket is cut twice in the upper material, and the front yoke is cut twice in the upper material mirror image. Now let's just snip all of these now where they need snipping, so we have our markings in place. On the sleeve you want to mark the front and you want to mark the sleeve head. On the back we are going to mark the center back. Just line up your fabrics, and there you go. And there we have the back yoke, and we're going to mark the center back there as well. I hope I really encouraged you to sew this with me in the next video. Don't forget, you can get the pattern from frocksfrolics.com. It's the doll collection, and there are loads of patterns there for you to choose from. And the scarlet skirt is free, so you might as well start there and then make the jacket to go with it. And also, I haven't said this, I'm just opening this up because it's also the Virginia blouse underneath, and I made it all in coordinated fabric. So you've got the collar here in that same fabric, you've got the little tie in the same fabric as the blouse, and it's again in the skirt as well. So I hope you enjoy this one, and I see you in the second video where we can get started. Bye for now.
Hi, I'm your new friend. I love my new jacket.